When I consented to review Cornell's interpretations, my thoughts took me back to a few months, and even more so, I felt absolutely vindicated in saying that Cornell Phillip, for the better part of 2 decades, defined Dominica's music, whether as an innovator of a beat, bouillon, a producer, or talented musician, much the same way as Exile One, Gramax, and Bells, and of course Midnight Groovers defined our music decades before him. In interpretations, you will be graced with 13 solid tracks, interwoven by the dexterity and caressed by the fingers of one of Dominica's modern-day musical geniuses. Cornell, even Coe and Chubby would be bewitched and find appetizing the funky and jazzy interludes done on Milk and Honey, followed by one of Dominica's 4 national anthems, Ophelia's I Dominique. As Cornell massages and merges scintillatingly Cadas and Bouillon in an infectious instrumentalization, arguably one of CK's biggest hits, Balance Batty, rechristened Balancé for the purpose of this album, as composed by Cornell and Rap Peters, is provided with some jazzy piano riffs and runs while maintaining the same rhythmic appeal. Herbie Jack, a longtime musical compatriot and former talent of the End Time Singers, collaborates in Stepping Out, and when they stepped out, it was straight into Jeff Joe's Banana Sweet, a spicier, bouncier version with a rhythmic refrain interspersed by Gramax's Jeff Joe himself. Wonderful. Except that I found that the salsa beat could continue as it was so infectious in the end. Notwithstanding, one is greeted to the most creative transformation of this series of interpretations by Cornell, with undoubtedly WCK's biggest bouillon hit, the conch shell, done this time slow and deliberate. The conch shell, ironically, is replaced by the drums, the floor drum, a march which calls for orchestration, sufficient for inquiring minds to buy the CD. Joy Stout is brilliant as she's entrusted to the only vocalized track, which she herself penned, and of course is composed by the versatility of Cornell Phillip himself. Fading away, fades away, back to the synthesizers and the keys, and most of all featuring the accomplished works of BT and Dominican guitarist Cameron Pierre, as he combines with Cornell in River Breeze. A glass of champagne, wine, and a lady is suggested. Pan music, as done by Nicole Tong and Afi Mate, is geniusly executed. And of course, Dominica's most endearing national anthem, Bob Maguire's Dominica, as well as the most recorded song popularized by Frank Sinatra, My Way. Cornell indeed does it his way, the Zouk way. All winds Magnificat is not spared the surgical autopsy of the musical interpretations, while Jerry Muller is funky, complementing the vast expertise of Fred Nicholas, guitar works of Chad Augustine, background vocals of Janita Prosper throughout this masterpiece. Chick Flick and WCK's Drum Sound, or Carnival La, and more. My final thought though is that in an era when there has been a proliferation of basically the same type of sound emanating from most of our bands, undoubtedly their own interpretations, influenced by Cornell's programming and playing, it is my wish that this new vision, interpretation, and professionalism serve as a yardstick, even as other musicians 20 years ago emulated Cornell. Cornell's interpretation truly is a collector's item of a range of Dominica's hits, one would want to archive in this reunion year. Thank you.